one where there can be so much explanation there, but I again, put a little website on there that really expands it. So reimbursement, is it based on ICD-9 or CPT, diagnosis or procedures? So the example I found was, how does the physician get paid for what they do? Well, physician at this time, right now, they're paid by reimbursement of what they do for the patient. This is called procedures and includes the evaluation and management of the patient, which is also the exam and the decision and treatment. Testing that is done is considered a procedure as well. So let's say we have a brand new physician. He's Dr. Case. This is Dr. X, and this is his very first case. So Mrs. S is a 68-year-old female on Medicare, and she presents to the clinic as a new patient. She's got a fever and a sore throat. He performs a history and physical exam. He performs a rapid strep test, and he gives a diagnosis of viral pharyngitis. Okay, and then he recommends, in addition, that she takes Robitussin-DM. Okay, so here's our brand new physician. He's so excited to see his very first patient. And now, what did he provide? What services did he provide? 3 main components for all visits to the physician. The provider visit, a history and physical, medical decision-making, the physician performed procedures, and testing, non-physician performed. Procedures, immunizations, if any of those would be given, would be in that, and the office work, the nurses and the front desk and stuff like that. So what service did the physician, meaning him, provide? Again, your doctor-patient encounter, and all the tests and procedures you perform on the patient are considered procedures. Each procedure has a CPT code, and for Mrs. S's visit, there's a CPT code for the physician visit itself, and that's considered an E&M code. Now, a CPT code for the nurse's work, that's a little bit different. But CPT code for the procedure, this rapid strep test, there's a code for that. Okay, so and this was based on explaining to a physician how they got paid. That's why I thought this was so unique. So Mrs. S's visit, the code would be like 99202. And mind you, I don't know how old these are, and I did this location that I found these, so I didn't look up these codes. But let's say it's 99202. Okay, you got the nursing work, office visit, that doesn't get a code. Rapid stress test, 87880, and these are all linked in to pharyngitis 462. And the doctor gets paid based on the CPT codes that are given, and the ICD-9 code supports the reason for the CPT codes. You can't have one without the other, and that's really the key. So at this time, and this may change in the future because in the past it was different. It was more, it had been based in different instances, like for home health and stuff like that, on what was wrong with the patient versus what is being done to the patient. And that's how HCC coding is done too. It's by what is wrong with the patient. But at this time, your CPT code, what you did to the patient, has to be supported by the diagnosis, and then they can get paid. That's why you have to do both. And it goes back to those relative value units that we were talking about. And this website that's listed here, if you go to that website, that's where I pulled this information, and it goes into depth as if explaining to a physician how he gets paid. And it goes into detail about the relative value units and much, much more. There was just so much information. I was shocked and really actually quite excited, and I bookmarked it because it's going to make great fodder for future scenario discussions and stuff. I like the way this physician set that up. So save that website, and of course it'll be in the replay club. So don't panic and start asking for the website. But it was really, really good. I was really impressed with it.